AITA, for kicking my boyfriend's parents out of our apartment after his mom called me a bitch. Back in March, his parents decided they wanted to come wait quarantine out at our apartment. For starters, they never asked. His mother called and told me that they were on their way and to prepare our spare bedroom for them. I was already apprehensive about them staying with us because his parents have always been extremely rude to me. They are overly critical of everything I say and do. They are massive control freaks who feel entitled to always be in charge. So, right off the bat, things are miserable. They verbally abuse me daily, tell me what I can and can't do in my own apartment, and are overall just the worst. Out of everything, the air conditioning caused the biggest debacle. Where I live, it has been 85 to 90 almost every day. I normally keep my air on 70, but when they started complaining, I turned the air up to 75. This is already a little toasty for me, but I was willing to be a little hot to try to keep the peace. This was not good enough for them. They don't want the air on. Period. They want the heat on. And they turn it on every single opportunity they get. I wake up in the middle of the night covered in sweat. I have told them to stop countless times. Yesterday, I finally cracked. I put about 10 pieces of duct tape over the thermostat with a note attached that said, "Do not touch the thermostat while I am at work." 6 p.m. I walk into my apartment and am automatically hit by a hotter and more humid heat than it is outside. Duct tape and note have been torn off the thermostat and they have the heat on 98 fucking degrees. I go into the guest room and say, "Why could you not follow the simple instruction of do not touch the thermostat? This is my home. I am tired of you saying rude things to me. I am tired of you treating me like a child and creating your own rules for my apartment. You either need to be respectful towards me and learn to accept my boundaries or go back to your own house." His mother said, and I disdainfully quote, "You have no right to barge in here without knocking. That was not only an invasion of privacy, but you need to take the attitude out of your tone. I've dealt with much bigger bitches than you before." She went on for 30 minutes and I just tuned her out. When she was done talking, I told her to get out. Now my boyfriend is angry with me because I couldn't just let them have their way. He wants me to call his mom and apologize, but I don't think I should have to. I may have been rude to her, but it was only because I have spent the past 2 months dealing with her abuse and trying to politely ask her to stop treating me that way. I got tired of politely asking someone to stop treating me like shit in my own home, in which I was letting them live in for free. I also got tired of my boyfriend refusing to defend me and allowing her to say and do whatever she wanted. I am trying to understand their perspective, although it just doesn't seem reasonable to me. If Reddit determines I am the asshole, I will call and apologize. Verdict: not the asshole. Relevant comments: Pet a strawberry cat. Absolutely, NTA. It is your house and they are guests. Basic respect for your rules is not too much to ask. Honestly, I would be rethinking my relationship with the boyfriend, too. He doesn't defend you and wants you to be uncomfortable in your own home to keep his parents happy. Not to mention, do you really want to marry into a family that thinks it's okay to keep the house at 98 flippin' degrees? OOPC. Whenever I would point out that they were our guests, his mom would just say, "Exactly. And you're being an awful host. You should always be considerate of your guests' needs." And when it comes to my boyfriend, he is a complete pushover when it comes to his parents. They were both extremely emotionally abusive and manipulative to him growing up, and I don't think he ever got over his fear of them. We normally get along amazingly, and he is very supportive of me. But he absolutely refuses to stand up to his mother no matter what. Every time he even considers telling her no, he gets really panicked and shuts down. Creepy Orlando, NTA. And holy shit, why are they even there in the first place if they have their own home? Do not try to understand their perspective, it is horrifically flawed. I'd be having a serious talk with BF as well. He is clearly putting them well before you. OOP. They claim it's because they would be less at risk of corona with us there to take care of them, so they don't have to go out and get groceries and medications and stuff themselves. But I kind of feel like that was a bullshit excuse. Yarrick, NTA. They were under your roof. They came unannounced, but what I've seen from the story, I would think that your BF knew before and he said okay before telling you anything. They overstayed their welcome and tried to change your lifestyle in your house. Unacceptable. I don't know how bad the heated argument was at the very end, but she shouldn't have called you a bitch, no matter what. They are the ones that need to apologize. Your boyfriend sucks. How dependent is he to his parents that he bends over backwards to ignore all the shit they do and ask you to apologize? Just kick him to the curb next to his beloved parents too. OOP. The wildest thing is he is not dependent on them for anything at all. It's literally just a matter of he's really scared of them and doesn't want them to be mad at him. They have been like this his entire life, and it has made him really skittish and nervous around them. I don't think he would give them okay without discussing it with me first, but at this point I can't be sure. Their entire relationship just consists of them treating him like a doormat and him doing whatever they want. Deleted, NTA. I'm dying of curiosity on 2 things. How did they respond when you kicked them out, and on what basis does your boyfriend think their behavior is okay and you are the one that needs to apologize? OOP. Oh, I wanted so badly to include this, but I ran out of characters. The first thing she said was, "I'll be talking to my son about this when he gets home," which absolutely baffled me and just pissed me off even more. She is a traditional conservative, so she sees him as the head of our household and therefore in charge of me. I disagree with that ideology completely, another reason she doesn't like me. And I said, there's no need for you to speak to him about it because if he disagrees with my decision, he can break the lease and move back in with you. Either way, you're not going to be in this apartment at the end of the day. I'm guessing she thought I was going to be as scared of her as he is, and I did not give a single fuck at this point. So after that, I guess she realized I wasn't going to budge, and they just started packing. As far as him wanting me to apologize, I don't know if it's him thinking their behavior is okay, as much as him just wanting to be passive and keep the peace. Standing up to his parents makes him incredibly anxious and brings back a lot of childhood trauma, I guess. So he just wants this ordeal to be over and done with so he can stop stressing about it. Update May 23rd, 2020, next day. Alright guys, so my boyfriend and I just had a very long conversation. I admitted to him that I vented on Reddit and I screenshot a bunch of comments for him to read through. He was mostly silent for a while and got a little emotional. Eventually, he asked me if I showed him all these comments because I was planning on leaving him. I told him no, I wasn't going to just dump him without giving him the chance to work through our issues if he was willing to. I explained to him that I understand his past trauma with his mother, but it doesn't make it okay for him to enable her to be abusive towards me. He agreed that he was in the wrong and he should have made a bigger effort to step in and defend me. He also apologized for asking me to call his mother and apologize. I told him that I wasn't going to make him choose between me and his mother, but if we were going to have a healthy relationship, he would have to start going to therapy, and he would have to confront his mother about her behavior. I told him I would stand by him and support him as he did it, but it was something he would have to do on his own. I told him that we were setting some hard boundaries, and one of those boundaries would be that his parents are no longer allowed to stay with us. Ever. He agreed that was for the best, and admitted he's been miserable these past 2 months too. He mentioned that cutting off his family might be what is healthiest for his mental health, and how that is something he would discuss with a psychiatrist when he goes. I told him that I was extremely hurt that not only was he willing to prioritize his mother over me, but he was willing to cause me pain to satiate her need for control. It bothered me a lot that he made me really feel like I was the asshole to the point that I made this post to try to gain perspective. After that, he told me he would call his mother and request she apologize for treating me so poorly the past 2 months. Honestly, that is a really big step for him, and I am very proud of him for that. It shows me that he is willing to work on his issues. I do think seeing a professional might help him process these emotions better and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Overall, right now it seems like we're going to be okay relationship-wise as long as he is committed to actually following through with his promises. Thank you to everyone who commented. You have been extremely helpful. I will keep you guys updates on any new developments.